Let us continue the chapter, children. In the last video, you have seen that forests play a very vital role in our life. So, we must conserve the forest. In order to meet the requirements of our rapidly growing population, forests all over the country are cleared to make way for farms, industries, and towns. Although forests are renewable resources, they take a long time to regenerate, therefore, they need to be conserved for future use. Children, you every year, as the number of population is increasing very rapidly, so the pressure of population is seen completely on the forest region. The forest areas are now converted into colonies, industries, roads, and in other way. Though this forests are the renewable sources means we can regenerate them, but they take time for regeneration. So, how to conserve the forest? Here are some measures. Large scale afforestation programs should be undertaken. Afforestation means to increase land under forest area, and more number of trees should be planted. Rampant cutting of trees should be checked. So, the cutting of trees must be banned. The practice of shifting cultivation should be stopped. There is a very illegal practice which is called as shifting cultivation, which is found in the northeastern part of our country, in Assam region and many other different states of northeastern country. They clear a patch of land and they put fire, and the ash is mixed into the soil, and they start doing cultivation for 4-5 years. And when as they do not use manure or fertilizer in their field, so after continuous use of for 4-5 years, the land lost its fertility. Then the people shift on the another piece of land. There they cut off the trees. Again the same process is done, and this is called the shifting cultivation. So this should be stopped. Forest fire should be prevented. Unrestricted quarrying and mining activities should be checked. Forest areas should not be converted into farmlands, industries, and a township. The National Forest Policy of 1952, which was further modified in 1988, aims at sustainable management and development of forest resources in India. Based on this policy, the government has launched various forest conservation measures like social forestry, agroforestry, Van Mahotsav, and involvement of local communities in protecting the forest. Now, wildlife. India has a rich variety of wild life. Tigers are commonly found in the foothills of Himalayas and monsoon forest in central and southern India, and the Sundarban forest in Ganga Brahmaputra Delta. So tiger, this is the most fascinating animal. Elephants are found in the forest of peninsular India and Assam. The Asiatic lion is now found only in the Gir forest of Gujarat. The one-horned rhinoceros is found in the marshy forests of Assam and northern West Bengal. Leopards are found in forests all over India. The snow leopard is found only in Himalayas. The Indian bison, known as gaur, is found in Chotanagpur Plateau and in the peninsular region. Different species of deer, antelopes, and monkeys are found in various parts of the country. A variety of snakes, crocodiles, and gharials are found in ponds, rivers, and marshes. Our country is home to more than 1,000 species of birds. The most famous among them are the peacock, our national bird, parrots, kingfishers, pheasants, ducks, pigeons, and cranes. Now, conservation of wildlife. Reckless felling of trees, rapid dwindling of forest, loss of natural habitat, the poaching or illegal hunting for commercial purposes have resulted in decline of our wildlife. Many species such as tiger, musk deer, one-horned rhino, crocodile, black buck, and the great Indian bustard have become endangered. Means their number has been reduced to a critical level. The Indian Wildlife Protection Act of 1972 aims at protecting the endangered species by banning hunting and trading in the wildlife and protecting their habitat. The Project Tiger was launched in 1973 and there are 27 tiger reserves in India. So to protect the wildlife, the hunting and trading of wildlife is completely banned, and now their natural home or their habitat is completely protected by the government. For this purpose, many projects has been launched, especially for the tiger. There are 27 tiger reserves in India. To spread awareness about wildlife in India, the first week of October is observed as Wildlife Week every year. The Government of India has set up a number of national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves for conservation of wildlife. National parks. A national park is a large natural area where plants and animals, species, and their natural habitat are of special educative interest and are thus protected. Some important national parks of India, here the names and the state name is also given. Please go with it. Wildlife sanctuaries. A wildlife sanctuary is similar to a national park but is used for conserving endangered species. Okay, in national park where different animals and species are kept, but in wildlife sanctuary what is different? Here only the endangered species, means whose number has critically gone down, or means their life is saved. Such species are taken care. And here some again important wildlife sanctuaries names are given. Now biosphere reserves. A biosphere reserve is a multi-purpose protected area to preserve the genetic diversity of ecosystem and to promote research on conservation of environment. So here again biosphere reserves of India names are given. You have to do it by yourself. So children, do the question answer. And which part you did not understand, please ask and get your doubt clear. You have to do all the question answer by yourself. Soon I will give you the syllabus for your annual exam. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.